cover fruit today. I'm going to read this off here because I like my fruit, but it's not one of my main subjects, so I have to write everything down and look everything up. So A to memory. Feeding wise, cherry and plum is spring high nitrogen feed. That's what I'll be doing next weekend. Apples, blackcurrant and pears is grow more, 2 asps a square yard. Pruning wise, apples March to June, so that's going to be now. Stone fruit April to August, so that's going to be now as well. June drop, which happens with everything. Fruits drop off on the just bloody nature and whatever. But I always leave 2 apples per cluster, then they get a decent shape and size. And blackcurrant is November to March, so I'm going to job them and all. I'll just show you how I get into my netting. Although the roof is open, this is to keep the birds and the humans out. This is overlapped. Just bits of wire on. I've just uncouple and then cock my leg over. Espaliency, I train all my trees, nice and easy. I'm on straight line, they don't go out anywhere. It's about a foot between, or just over, between each branch. This was one of the ladies I put up here. And basically, this brick with a bit of wire on, it's got a bit of carpet around there. Just bits of old carpet I cut up. That protects the wood, so the wire doesn't cut into it. But this is my persuader, it's just bending him, the shape of the wire, like he's sticking up. Once he's got this length, then I'll start training him, the same as that one with him. So eventually, the same as that tree behind, you can tell your trees where to go. That's what I tried with all of them. Up here, this is a plum, them 2 are damson. I've got a cherry and apples. This is my first orchard. These were the first trees I put out. That was a cock up, as you can see. I was a bit too close together. But these lot now are in nice blossom. Cutting back. If you come round here, Ben, I'll show you this one. These spurts here, all I want is 4 or 5 buds. Nice clean cut. There's 3 on there and that's enough on that one. But also seal and eel from Wilco. That's when I do my shopping just for Christmas. Let's start getting rid of the gardening stuff and get the Christmas stuff out and everything goes cheap. Because I've just cut him, you want to seal a hole, seal the end, so no canker, disease or anything else can get in there. If you need to, cover the lot with your finger. So every prune I do, you'll get jobbed and all, because we're still getting frost. And all I'm doing is training the tree. As soon as I reach the ends of the wires, then I might, because I can reach, I might get another length up. Like this one, I've got 4 wires on him so far. But there may be another 2 easy. And another one on top of that. But if I can reach, then I'll get another wire on. We'll do these 2. Then we're going to have a perv down the bottom. Come on, son. We've had hail this morning, bloody loopy weather. Got the horrors later on, up to school. Well, we'll job them later on. My house brick, if I lift him, yeah, he's going that way. But I'll just leave him on for another couple of weeks. Because eventually I want to tie him across there. I should cut him off. I should do it now, I know. Bees are active, you can hear them. Right, let's go have a purr with the rest of the plot. All the trees are active. Last year, the one at the top there, which I'll point out in a minute when we get through here. I thought I'd lost him because he'd been in 2 years and he hadn't done anything. We're going that way, Ben. This is my first year with this netting on. I'm trying to get away without having a top on, in the sense that if the squirrels don't get in or the birds, then I know I've got away with it. But if they do come in and start nicking everything, then I'll put a top on it as well. That's that tree I thought I'd lost last year. There's nothing on him at all. I've come very close to getting him up. Well, the last 2 years, there's nothing. But the signs of growth now, leaves. Obviously that one on the right at the bottom, he can be tied down and trained along the wire. We'll have a curve around here. Renewed all my flagpoles. The wind took them. Jersey mids of my mate Steve, obviously from bloody Jersey. But them be fleeced. As you can see, the frost has had them. It'll knock them back, but that'll still come. They'll be fleeced again tonight. You'll still get the frost. Raspberries doing well. And they'll be thinned out later on. But I want a larger and juicier fruit. And 3 beds, gladioli are going in. Garlic's in there, that's doing well. Mixture of garlic and that. Here's my bottom orchard before I get to my raised bed. Come down this morning doing my composting and I noticed the bloody badger had been in. You can see what he's been digging here. That's why I fenced all in, stop him getting in, you know. Oh, bugger, I've got my camera up, I'm going to cost it. There's no nose round here. Because last year this bed was only 1 board eye, it's now 2 boards. I'll put another board on. But this was on top like that, which I've got to replace because he has got in here. He's jumped over here, you can see his paw marks. I'm going to take a print and give him the cops. But he's just legged it over here, you can see where he's got over. And he's after me worms, because I've got a good brew in these beds. That's all he's after, his bloody worms. So that's going in when I've finished here. Stop him bloody getting in. Pickling shallots, exhibition shallots, them are doing well. Blueberries, them are all in pots, but the pots are sunk. If anything growing in a pot, they've got a tendency to dry out quick. If you bury the pots, then they don't dry out so quick. Got to cock your leg over again here, Ben. This one's a cherry off me mate. You still got the name on? No. Blew off. But that was in a pot and all. And I thought, we're going to lose nothing, I'll throw him in. He was free. But he's doing well. Obviously I'm training him exactly the same way. Espalier all going the same way, like we're doing now. You can walk in between them. Where I've got a space, there's more blueberries. Blackcurrant will have a pervert in. This is apple, same as him. He's a good one. Let's bring them down here. Right, my blackcurrant, I've got to restake him, put these in. Because by the time they get a bit of weight on and a bit of fruit, then they start breaking over the weight. So I'll stake them and tie them around, but they've got to be renewed. As soon as we've finished, I'll start pruning him again. Any branches that are crossing and touching something else, then I'll take them out. But it's usually old wood that I take out. Exactly the same again. I want air movement between the branches, and the less you've got on, the bigger and juicier the fruit. You can see these and all, these are budding up nicely, so it's a bloody spurting off, and the job them later. I'll have a perv of the grape on the tunnel. This one, Regent. The two grapes I got inside the tunnel, one of them kicked the bucket, so I sent away for another. Bunged him in the day after, another one come in the post, and I rung them up. I says, I hope you charge me for 2 on extra one. I says, cock up, you don't keep it. So I thought, I've got nothing to lose. It wasn't an outdoor grape. I thought, I've got nothing to lose, I paid for it, so I bunged him in here. And as you can see, the buds are just coming on now. As long as we don't get a good bloody frost. But at the end of last year, I managed to train 2 of them at the end of the wires. So now I've got my length, and now I just keep him pruned and tell him where to go. But the bunches I done last year, they'll be half the amount on this year. Exactly the same as him in the tunnel. So I've got more, juicier and larger fruit. Right, perv in here. It's a good fast bend and all there. Right, this is my raised bed for my onions. I'm just waiting for automatic watering system off my mate. 2 grapevines in here. See, these are doing nice because they got the protection inside here. They're both trained to the end. He got to the end last year. That was the same one as that one outside. Good side. So you can see he's got greener growth on this, but he's got more protection in here. Solar powered fan. There's my solar panel. I've got to jug the other one, the other end, the wires come off. Right, gravity fed water tanks at the bottom. All I've got to do is turn the taps on, and it feeds this lot under here. Because I've got to, eventually, there will be black and white plastic under here. That's where my onions are going, 8-ounce onions. This will have a good soaking, and then black and white plastic will go on. Obviously my watering system will be under that. But once it's nice and moist, then that plastic will keep the moisture and warmth in. And then when it does need watering, then it'll be gravity fed from up there. But I'm hoping for a solar powered system, which is automatic off my mate. Because I'm knackered when we go on holiday for 2 weeks. In the side here, I use the sides as well. This is where my exhibition peas go in. Basically, a cane will go in a bit of an angle, so when the peas hang down, they're not touching anything, so that should be nice and clean, and they go into here. And I also train the peas up that bit of string, so I've got at least an extra couple of peas off each one. That's about it, man. Have a good day. Laters.